That's her husband, Kula Bhakti. This is my husband, Krimananda. We have Swami Maharaj visiting us. Ashley, Anuja. Oh, you switched spots. Catherine, Sunil, Renato from Brazil. Yes. Diana, Iman, Simran, and I don't know your names, so I can't guess. I'm sorry.
That was excellent. I'm Stephanie.
Sorry?
I'm Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yeah.
I'm John.
Stephanie and John. Okay.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Well done.
How did you both hear about the event?
Online.
Eventbrite?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think I just Googled like Kirtan in Toronto and it
Nice.
came up.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
it must have been through the Kula website. Then.
Might have been.
Or Eventbrite or something.
Yeah, somewhere.
I honestly don't know. It was a white and black. Maybe it was 2 years.
Oh, that's us. The white and black.
Oh,
That's
that's
your
you
culture.
guys.
Nice.
That's you guys.
I mean, it's us. You're part of that too. But
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I'm glad you made it.
Did you do it
You.
at Alternity
Yeah.
in March?
In March.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw you
I was
there.
That's right.
You sat on a chair.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Wonderful.
I remember that. Yeah, it's nice to see you. We'll be there next month,
Wonderful.
at the end of October.
Great. Well, welcome everybody. I do have just a little script to keep me on track here because I forget things. So I'll just quickly do a bit of a deeper introduction of everybody on this side of the room so you all know who we all are, I guess, if that's of interest to you. So our dear friends, Taravali and Kula Bhakti, they are the heart and soul of Kirtan Culture Initiative, leading kirtans in different yoga studios or centers around the city. So some of you have already participated in kirtans that they have led, and they'll be taking us through the kirtan journey both at the beginning of our program and at the end of our program. I literally have my name is Ambika here because if I'm off script, you guys will know, trust me. My name is Ambika. This is, again, as I said, my husband, Primananda. Prima's from Mexico, born in Acapulco and raised in Mexico City. That's where we met in actually a Bhakti Yoga ashram several years ago. I had actually traveled to Mexico in search of just a little bit more yoga philosophy, learning how to go a bit deeper in the practice. I'm sure a lot of you who are participate in Kula events or different yoga events in the city kind of see more the majority of yoga that's presented is more the physical asana practice and less so of the more philosophical or kind of deeper wisdom part of that. So in search of that, ended up in Mexico, met Primananda as well as Swami Maharaj or Bhakti Raksak Swami Maharaj, who would give the classes regularly on the Bhakti Yoga philosophy in the morning in the yoga ashram. And originally from Austria as well, he came in contact with the Bhagavad Gita and kind of his teachings of Bhakti Yoga through the Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Has since studied under the guidance of very great teachers and Bhakti yogis from all over the world, and has pretty much dedicated his entire life to practicing and sharing the teachings of Bhakti Yoga, traveling frequently between India and the majority Latin America as well. So, we continue to organize these kinds of events, largely in part due to support, care, encouragement, as well as the conviction or shared conviction that these teachings really do foster a sense of real conscious community, meaningful relationships, and a deeper meaning and purpose to life. So, putting the script down now, and I'm going to pass things over to Taravali and Kula Bhakti to start us off with the kirtan.
Great.
Hi, Valeria.
Hello.
I already knew her before.
She should have said, I've never met you before.
Yeah.
Okay, you made it just on time. Perfect time. How long is the first Should we go at 6:17? You tell me. We'll adjust.
I said 6:17. I think we can start at 6:40
Okay.
class.
Perfect. Well, really honored to be here, as mentioned by Ambika. My name is Kula Bhakti Das, or just Kula for short. This is my dear wife, Taravali, or Tara. She'll be leading the chanting section. And it goes without saying that not only are we honored to be here amongst all of you genuine spiritual seekers, but we consider ourselves very honored and humbled to be in the presence of a senior monk and teacher, Svami Maharaj. So we are participants just alongside you, because we're looking forward to hearing some yoga wisdom as well. But maybe we can kind of soften the heart through some chanting to set the right mood. We can kind of like make the heart like butter. Now let's make it like that soft butter that spreads just right on your bread. And so, if Ambika, you're okay, maybe I can do a shortened version of our little guided meditation to get us in the right frame of mind.
Absolutely. We can go 6:45.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so to help set the right intention and focus for this evening, it's a really nice intimate group we have here. We'll do a little guided meditation, and why don't we start by having everyone just sit up a tiny bit more straight than how you're sitting right now. Just try to sit up a little more straight. And slowly close your eyes. And have your palms on your knees facing upwards. With the hustle and bustle of the life that we all lead, the lives that we all lead, this is a great opportunity to start off by just having a little reflective moment. With your eyes closed, just have this moment where you're just conscious of your own breath, in and out of the lungs. We'll open up this shortened guided meditation with 3 deep collective breaths. Eyes still closed, but in through the nose, out through the nose. This is simplified pranayama. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath in. Slow exhale. Again, deep breath in. Last time, deep cleansing breath in. Breathe out. The journey of Bhakti Yoga, the journey of Kirtan, mantra music, musical mantra meditation, really aims to get towards the heart space. So bring yourself there. Try to bring your awareness towards the heart space. In the ancient wisdom literatures of the East, it's described that our true self, the soul, in Sanskrit, Atma, this is where it resides, in the vicinity of the heart space. And the nature of our true self is to be an unlimited reservoir of truth and knowledge and happiness. Sat, Chit, Ananda in Sanskrit. Vividly described in the same texts is the presence of the divine in the heart space. Not Atma, but Param Atma. And just like 2 birds in the tree, while one bird happily eats the fruit and moves about the tree, another is just witnessing. The presence of the divine as the eternal friend, as the eternal witness in the heart. Great sages and yogis spend lifetimes aiming to reach that heart space. visualization home, just become a little aware of your fingertips, your hands, your left hand, your right hand. Bring your focus and attention even to your legs and your feet. Sensation of what it feels like when your toes just slightly move. Bring our consciousness towards, or attention towards, even the head space, where so many of us can be for sometimes an inordinate amount of time. And becoming aware that this externality of the body, while animated and conscious, is temporary. And that eternality resides right back in that heart space. It can come right back there again. The goal of today is that through wisdom from our esteemed speaker, through the collective vibrating of mantras and music, that will really open up that heart space. Tap into that unlimited reservoir of energy. And with each mantra that we chant, each pearl of wisdom that enters our ears and hopefully goes to the heart opens just like a lotus flower. And hopefully blooms and blossoms. This is your chance to make a little intention for the evening, that you're going to suspend whatever challenges we're going through in our lives, whether it's work or family or kids or relationships or whatever it might be that's bogging us down. This is your time to let those things know that, hey, look, I'll deal with you, but just not right now. I'm taking the next little while, the next hour and change for my spiritual self. Make that little intention. We can close our guided meditation with another 3 deep collective breaths, being very aware of what we just meditated and focused on. Let's do that again, through the nose and out through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Deep, slow breath in. Slowly breathe out. Once again, deep breath in. Slowly breathe out. Last time, deep breath in. Today we're going to chant divine names like Gauranga, Nitai, Krishna, Rama. And these names will practically have divinity dancing on the tongue. That's the goal. Bring your hand to the heart space in the pranam. Bring us from that metaphysical to the physical space. Let's just rub our hands together, get some sensation back in the body. Get some warmth. Mix it over our eyes. Then with our hands still together by the heart, bring them back right here. This is a great time to slowly open your eyes. As we go on this meditative journey together, learning from Svami Maharaj, chanting together, this is a good opportunity to get to know your fellow boat members, passengers on the boat. So let's just turn to your left and right, front and behind, and give a warm little namaste if you're neighbors. Everyone always smiles when we do that. Isn't that nice? Make little connections like that. Okay, we're going to go into our first chant. Yeah. Tara or Taravali will do a little invocation mantra to start us off. It'll begin with the recitation of Om. This is our chance to get comfortable with our own sound, our own voices. So let's fill this space with that sound energy. And then she'll do an invocation mantra which calls upon the mood of gratitude towards the great lineage of teachers. In Eastern-based belief, there's a heavy emphasis on the teacher-student relationship. Guru, Shishya. It's like knowledge is passed this way. As we have present here, great teacher and guru. So as a way of kind of saying, well, this isn't stuff that we made up. We're just messengers passing this message along. These mantras call upon gratitude. So it's a good time to just reflect on whom in your life you're grateful for. Who is it that nudges you along when you're down and out? Ideally, if they're helping you along your spiritual path, that's bonus. But no matter what, someone who just would express a little gratitude in your heart. First, the recitation of Om together.
Also feel free to come closer if you like to come closer.
Can everyone move forward on their cushions like 5.25 inches? No more. It's, okay, fine. We can do 7.25 inches. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, just get a little cozier feeling. Although it is warm. That's good. Hot Kirtan.
All together.
Breath. first chant are quite simple. Normally we have them on display somewhere, but we'll just go with them. This is a call to Nitai and Gauranga. So the words are Nitai,
Nitai,
Gauranga.
Gauranga.
Let's try that again. Nitai,
Nitai,
Gauranga.
Gauranga.
And so, as we chant Nitai and Gauranga, these are the two divine personalities that represented the renaissance of bhakti, the renaissance of the yoga of the higher, that happened 500 years ago in the South Asian subcontinent. You're going to hear the word Jaya as well in this kirtan. That comes very often in many kirtans. And then Gaura Hari. Say it. Gaura Hari.
Gaura Hari.
And then at some point we'll throw you a curveball. And we're going to chant Haribo.
Haribo.
Okay. We'll toss you into the pool. You'll be fine. We'll see. The rest, just keep up. You'll be okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll help you with that together.
Nitai Gauranga Jaya. Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga Jaya. Gauranga.
Perfect. well, maybe I can ask. Doing that kind of collective chanting together, how did that feel? What word comes to mind? What word or emotion comes to mind? There's no wrong answer.
Well, it reminds me that every culture has like some spoken either deities or they have their own chants, and at the end of the day, even if you don't get the words, the feeling is the same.
I love it. Commonality, right?
Yes.
I love it. Commonality and unity. Love it. That's wow. I asked for a word. She gave a beautiful prose. That was great. I couldn't have said it better myself. What other adjective or word or emotion or feeling comes to mind? How did that feel doing that together? Harmonious. Harmonious. Sunil. Harmonious. One or two more, Shy.
Soulful.
Soulful. Love it. Yeah, on the soul, on your Soothing. Soothing. Shame. Well, hopefully the hearts have been softened. Yeah. Sans microwave for the butter. Wasn't used for this butter. We used the vibration of chanting to soften the butter-like heart, or open the flower of the heart. And so with this kind of vibration, I think it's great to be able to hear a little bit, right? Some words of wisdom.
So we'll transition into the yoga wisdom part of the class, or the more philosophical part of the class. So I think everyone was here when I introduced Swami. Sorry, Shay, I was looking right at you when I said that. So we have our esteemed guest, Bhakti Raksak Swami Maharaj, joining us, also known as Swami Maharaj. So without further ado, I'll just pass these over. Do you want me to turn this? Yeah, does that help? I don't know. Okay, yeah. 7:30 we started.
I was just telling them the longest class I think was 4.5 hours. So the OER, no, it won't happen. But it happened in Sweden actually, in Göteborg. It was just like a program like today, but I don't know why, but we extended ourselves.
Wow.
Even though Swedish people, they also have to go back home and they're sure.
Some time.
So we won't extend too much. Thank you very much for coming and joining us here. Today, in Kula Yoga. Kula Yoga Center is my first time here. This place, well, I've been to Toronto several times. Last time we had also a program. Just in Same Street, not far from here. And so it's really to be done for me. Very happy. All of you. I just came from Dallas for that South America after going to Mexico. Actually, I'm traveling around different communities, and sometimes we are within the community, within our temples, and sometimes we go out like this program today to reach out to the people to share with them some of these teachings which we have received in our life. When I say share, it means to share, to invite the people to listen and to consider certain things. Why? Because I found them myself very much useful and helpful in life. That's actually the audience. You know, if you have something in life and it's valuable, well, in material terms you don't want to share it. It's very common in this world, no? But in spiritual terms, we say if you have something valuable and you share, it's not like here in this world. If you have something, you have one piece, you make 2 pieces, but then in 1 kg it becomes 500 or 500. If you share again, it will become less. This is material measurement. But in spiritual terms, is if we have something and if we share something, it will increase. Increase in the sense that we ourselves again and again are going through it, remembering it, even finding out again and again new perspectives into all these teachings. Sometimes we read the same verse one time, 2 times, 5 times. After 10 years we read it again and something new will come. This is the nature of spiritual teachings. This is the nature of the spiritual path. It's not something which will be concluded. Okay, so many years, this is the final exam, okay, now I graduated or something like this. It's a continuous, just coming back to the question, what do you feel? The word which came up in my heart space was the longing. Longing, like the soul is longing. Satisfied in the process of longing. Longing means still in some search of finding out new perspectives, finding out new depth. So in this sense, in the spirit of sharing, and also I'm trying also to tune in a little bit also in the way of presentation which you are usually having here in Toronto. Every place you go you will find it's different language, it's a different way of presenting the things, you know. Like with the heart space, you know, going inside. So it's actually very much a challenge to speak in these terms. Why? Because if you say heart space and we concentrate on the heart space, so it means we are going into a very deep field, area of ourselves through meditation, through concentration, which is very soft, which is very delicate. So it means someone will open his or her heart to this event, to the teachings, you know. So when opening the heart means you're opening like the soft part of your being. So soft means we have to be very careful also what to, you know, like baby, you know, baby is very soft, you know, so we have to be also very soft in dealing. You know, when it becomes bigger, well, we can shake also, you know, you know, we can have different dealings, you know. So heart is always soft actually. So it's very, very delicate. So how to find the words is a big challenge, especially if we don't know each other. We don't know each other, we're meeting for the first time. As I see here so many different cultural backgrounds, which also came up the point, you know. We are so different in many ways, but at the same time we have something common, like we're trying to tune in this vibration that brings us into this heart space. So, well, before I say anything, I hope that I will find the proper words to inspire something within your heart and not to create any, how to say, bad feelings. But please bear with me also, I have to give like in advance how to say this. Disclaimer, yeah. You see, when we speak about the heart, and when we speak about the issue of the heart, then not everything is always very much pleasing. Why? Because we have the heart, which is inside, and we have this strong covering around the heart, which is called the false ego. False ego means, you know, our false identification with the body and so many other things related to the body. So sometimes, to go to the heart, sometimes we have to knock a little bit also on this false ego and see if some crack will come there, and also then we can find our way. So this is something very natural in this process. And the same words is what I've seen in my life as a listener and student, and also sometimes teaching, that same words can create completely different effects in different people. Someone will say, oh, this was so great, I felt so much inspired, I felt so much hope. And someone else may say, oh, this was too much. So, either way around, we are directing our prayers to our teachers, to our spiritual ancestors, those who hold this wisdom, to inspire proper words in us and to send their blessings so that whatever we may discuss today may be of benefit for everyone. It is always for the benefit. This is the nature of spiritual sound, this is the nature of spiritual teachings. Why? Because spiritual means it belongs to the absolute sphere. Absolute sphere means it's a different sphere, different to this experience which we have here in this level, which we call like the dual sphere, dualistic experience of life, where we have some enjoyment and some happiness, which happens to be always mixed with some suffering, and which happens to be always turning round and round and round. At the end, we are all the time making plans to be happy, and all the time we are encountering some difficulties and challenges and like this. So this is the dual sphere. But spiritual sphere means, absolute sphere, means there is no question of good and bad. There is a sphere of absolute good, absolute goodness, absolute blessings, blessings into our lives, and that's what we are invoking, singing these mantras, and trying to meditate and reflect on these teachings. So, Kirtan Culture Initiative, this is the name. To my mind, this is Kirtan Culture in Kerala Bhakti, from the introduction to come to the heart space, so we went inside. Then we listened, we chanted the names of Nitai and Gauranga. So Nitai and Gauranga, divine personalities, are actually two divine personalities who appeared 500 years and who started this chanting. I mean, chanting, this is an ancient Vedic practice. But in specific, this type of chanting means of Krishna Nama, of the names, Lord's holy names. So they chanted and they created, or they started a wave of chanting. Wave of chanting means not only them, also them with their close associates. All of them appeared in one place, which is called Navadvip, close to Sudipto, his land, close to Calcutta in West Bengal, in all this Bengal area. But Hare, he appeared there. Ekachakra to play with them. So they all came together somewhere. And they started this chanting of the holy names. And they not only started it, they announced it 500 years back. Lord Chaitanya announced that this chanting will go throughout the world, in every corner, in every city, every town, every village. It will be spread. So nowadays, if you go there, especially to Ekachakra, Nityananda's appearance place, it's like still really an ancient village where few houses are there and people living with the cows in the house. In the houses, many cows there, also living together with the people like a whole village. So if you go there and say, okay, someone 500 years back announcing Mayapur, Lord Chaitanya's another appearance place, same. To announce at that time that this culture, Kirtan culture, will go out throughout the world. It's like very incredible. How they? So how they know? Well, this is not something which is happening just in the world and they are observers. They were those who initiated it, who started it, who practically came into this world with this purpose. So it's actually their mission. So they did it, they started it, and they knew what they were doing. So therefore they could say, okay, it will spread out throughout the whole world, and it will reach out to people and help them to connect with this spiritual vibration, and to connect through this spiritual vibration also to their inside heart, to connect to the essence of life. Because you see, essence of life is most important. There is always something essential to something. Like for example, you have this harmonium. A lot of technology is there. Keys, keyboard, and this and that. Everything is there. But if no air is there, it becomes useless. So like this, you can have a car, but if no fuel is there, it also becomes useless. So also, this body is there. Our existence is there. But if the essence is not there, we may say, what's the essence? No, Netflix. If there's no Netflix, then life becomes boring. Or if there's no this or that or whatever, no, this is still external. No, the real essence, like means the spiritual. Means the spiritual part. So to connect to the spiritual part of the being, this process is most beneficial. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself declared, considering from the perspective of his ancient Vedic teachings. Vedic teachings means something far out. It's like different type of teaching, different types of explanations about the world, about the purpose of the world, about the history of the world. Just to give you an example, in the Vedic teachings, it is said that we are living right now in the Kali Yuga. And Kali Yuga is one of 4 yugas. It has started 5,000 years back, and it lasts for 432,000 years. So give me a break. Who can speak about 432,000 years? And then other yugas also there, each one plus 432 years, and then plus 432,000 years, and plus 432,000 years. And then all this together, multiplied by so many times. So in the Vedas we have this type of descriptions. Like when did the universe start? How all this came into existence? How it manifested? And the most important question, purpose. Existent purpose of this creation. And within this purpose, within whatever is going on in this material world, we ourselves being part of it, teaching how to separate from it, how to overcome it. So this is this most important, biggest treasure, is to understand how to detach ourselves, how to transcend this ordinary life experience, which we are all of us with, in which, by the way, Kali Yuga becomes like most difficult compared to other yugas, where all of the good qualities which we have by our nature are being reduced into just few little drops of good qualities which we make. And this is something of truthfulness. Many other qualities we have lost. Because you see, if you read there how the great saints of previous times, they would never speak a lie, they would have full self-control, they would have powers, they would have so many different qualities. Nowadays we know this is so difficult. As I said before, if we will now sit down here and after maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, we cannot even sit. That's the reason why I sit on the chair, by the way, because if I would sit like this, most probably I would stop speaking something. No? This is the Kali Yuga body. Also with the food. If we don't eat on time and something like this, no, then we will, instead of speaking and listening, we will be crying. Oh no, thinking about food and like this. So we don't have these big capacities like the big yogis which we have heard. Generally, people. So being this, our state, present state that we live in, so means the process which we practice must be simple. And that's the reason why Lord Chaitanya, Gauranga, Hare, Nitai, they gave this very, very simple process. Chanting in congregation. And of course this chanting brings us together, and within this chanting also we have association. And this association can also Kirtan culture. Kirtan culture means singing, but Kirtan culture is not only singing, it's also to maintain the relationship. And to maintain the relationship, we know, is so difficult in this life. Any type of relationship is so much difficult to maintain. Why? Because so much ego is always there. No? But to maintain the relationship and to learn to appreciate each other, no? Even though we are so much different, even though that someone may behave or have some opinions which I do not like and so on, no? But still to maintain the relationship and still to keep the high ideal up and still to continue in this process of learning and also adjusting process. Like you see, how we would call this, no? Social capacity or rather, big word in English, like ability to deal in a social surrounding, in a social field with others. Like for example, we are singing, so some tune is coming, some melody is coming, but you imagine every one of us now will sing his own tune, you know, and his own voice, you know, so it will just sound like everything completely up and down. But if we tune in, so it means already we are in this practice like, okay, feeling and recognizing the others and adjusting ourselves. What we did now is, but you can imagine this feeling and recognizing and adjusting to others, if this type of exercise goes out from this room, we go with this attitude through life, in all circumstances of life, with all people we meet, no? To always keep this high spiritual ideal up, always be committed to it, always represent it, and also inspire others. No? So that's actually the Kirtan culture. Therefore, we are in our home, we can do, but we come out also to share with others. Why? Well, to continue this wave, which has started 500 years back, that time, by Gauranga Nityananda, and which is spread out throughout the world. Interestingly, happened actually just recently in the Western world. Just a few days back, it was actually the day when Srila Prabhupada came to the West, 60 years back, 1965. He came right to Boston Harbor. Then everything started to spread and go out through the Western world. It was like a wildfire. In a few years it went out through all the world. And for hundreds of years before, it was just in the triangle between Mayapur, this holy place of appearance, Lord Chaitanya, Vrindavan, Puri, and then a little bit in between, and a little bit on the other side to Bengal, and then on the other side to Manipur. Manipur, where some of the followers of Lord Chaitanya, they went there to spread this. So for hundreds of years, it was just like in this small triangle, small area. But then, 60 years back, it came also reached also the Western world. And the Western people, they just started to listen to it. And can feel themselves inspired by these teachings and inspiration. Many of them, they didn't know actually what's going on. We have this experience. Sometimes we speak and we ask the people if everything is clear. They say nothing is clear, but continue. It sounds good, Sounds good. So same way also Kirtan, what they are singing, Hare Krishna, Rama, no? But something is good there, something which gives some good inspiration in their heart. Just on the way to here, we walked how many, maybe 5 blocks or something.
Yeah.
We met 2 people. One Spanish man who came and said, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, no, very nice, very nice. I'm also going to the temple and like this. And just we were discussing, like, okay, you see, wherever you go, you will find people who, have some appreciation. Just I said this word, someone passed by said, Hare Krishna. So everywhere, people get this, and it will move something inside. Even though they don't know what it is. The first person I heard about Hare Krishna was my cousin. He had no idea about it. But someone used to go while they were studying and bring some tapes and play some tapes to them and like this, so he got something inside. And he would Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. And I remember now, this was the first time I heard this sound vibration. Long before I understood actually what it is or whatever. But I remember I heard it from him. So it's not a big, not a small thing actually, it's a big thing to come in contact even just for a short time with this sound vibration. After coming in contact with it, then to culture. So Kirtan culture means also cultivation. It means to give continuity to it, and to go deeper and deeper and deeper in understanding nature. So there's a whole history. 45 minutes we cannot speak so much about the history, but someone interested in the history, they can go and listen. This whole spiritual movement, this is not just something sentimental. Oh, we are singing, oh, it feels nice, and we are spreading out love or something. No. This is a tradition which is based on the ancient Vedic texts, ancient culture. Most ancient, as I said before, you will find these descriptions of the universe, how it was created, for which purpose, and so on. Nowadays, people are discovering this more and more and more. Therefore, yoga became popular. Therefore, Ayurveda, everyone knows today. Philosophy, Vedic philosophy is also becoming popular in this world. Even academic circles, scientists, they are going into now Vedic math. They are going into so many, see, these great scientists. Well, I don't know what to call them great. Yeah, they were great scientists in a way. The nuclear bomb and like this, they took so much knowledge out from Vedic teachings. So this is something that the modern world is discovering more and more and more. So it comes from there. But it has a very, very, very particular meaning. It focuses like on really on the most essential part of these Vedic teachings. Vedic teachings, what we call nowadays Hinduism, popularly known as Hinduism, it's also based on the Vedic teachings. Of course, in Hinduism you'll find so many different influences like these. But this movement of bhakti is something which goes directly to the heart, which has to do with the heart. Otherwise, many other things are there. Many rituals, many processes which are there, religious processes, but always with some material purpose. Material purpose, it's okay, that's good to practice religion for material purpose. Like in every religion you will find this, no? Like in Catholic religion, no? Jesus Christ is there, but many saints are there. And many saints means they will attend to different needs. Like for example, I lost my key. Okay, saint this and that. I'm going on a journey. For the safe journey, Saint Christophorus, I think. I would need this. So this internal need of all of us, that we need some security, some safety. We need someone to help us to deal with the challenges in this life. and directing ourselves to someone, to some higher power, to some higher authority, is already a big thing. Because on the other way around, it's no, I myself, I can do everything. I can do with my intelligence, and if my intelligence is not enough, then I can do with my physical power, and if this is not enough, then I can do with my crooked capacities, or with my money, or however. That's how many people think how they can manage life. I do with my own. So this that, okay, my abilities are limited, and I need the help of someone else to help me to manage my life. It's already a religious feeling. It's already. But then, okay, how to arrange life and based on what? What are my expectations of life? It's a different topic. So in this history of the Kirtan coming from that time, Gauranga, coming to us, there was one period of time. It's called the time of the first generation, or the second generation, it's called, but the first generation after Gauranga. There were some followers of Gauranga who got this task to start spreading this movement and this influence all over. So in particular, there was one of them, Narottam Das Thakur was his name. When we do songs, singing songs, many of the songs are his songs, actually, which he wrote, and he developed his very particular type of style of Kirtan also. So he was a saintly person who was spreading out this glorious. So while he was doing this, he got always like some clash with other people. Other people means if you are spreading, representing the spiritual purpose of life, then you will always clash with those who are representing, defending, promoting, the material way of life. So it happened one time while he was in one river, the Mavati river, Bangladesh. So two boys came with some sheep and goats, like this. They were taking the goats. But these boys, they were Brahmins. Brahmin means is the caste in India who are responsible for religiosity, for the rituals, and so on. And at that time was just going on a big festival, which nowadays is still very much prominent in Bengal when you go, the Durga Puja. Durga Puja means this is the goddess Durga. Goddess Durga, we can say, she is the goddess responsible of controlling this whole universe and all the universal things which go on in material things. Very popular. So, but these boys, while they were walking, so they saw these Narottam, he was a saintly person. They felt some spontaneous attraction. So, by this spontaneous attraction, they stopped, started looking to him. And then he told them, what are you doing to increase your Krishna mind? Well, we are not doing so much because our father sent us to bring these goats and sheep, and we are taking now them back to there because Durga Puja is going on, and Durga Puja means they will sacrifice these animals. But just by this contact, little bit with the saintly person, already some change of heart started to happen. So they listened to him, they spent some time with him, and then became convinced, actually, he's representing the truth. And what we are doing under the influence of our father, actually this is just something which makes us even more entangled into this. I explained very nicely based on this Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, which is, you see, you have the Vedas, And then the conclusion of all the Vedas is the Vedanta. And then you have the commentary on the Vedanta, which is so means the essence of the essence. Okay. So based on this teaching, he explained to him, okay, religiosity is there, material benefits are there. If you do something in religious terms, you can get some benefits. Even everything he described, you can get to higher planetary systems. You can have more comfortable life. So, but for some time, then after that again it will come back. So it's just like boiling water, heating the water, boiling and cooling. Boiling, cooling, but it will remain water, it will not become liquid. So same way here, also going up and down within this world, over the 14 planetary systems, through 8,400,000 species of life, up and down. This is called the circle of repeated birth. And it's going on. So he told him, you can go up and down, up and down, up and down. But actually, if you break through this circle of repeated birth and death, means if you come to your soul, to your heart, and you surrender in your heart to the Supreme Lord, who has created this whole universe with the purpose of engaging us in this world as long as we want to be engaged. In terms, as long as we want to be the enjoyers, the controllers, the proprietors of everything, or falsely thinking ourselves to be. Okay, we can go. But we want to break. So then we have to surrender to the original purpose. So these boys, named Harinam, Rama, Krishna, so they understood this. And they had this complete change. So what they did, they released all the sheep and the goats, and they want to stay more with the same tree, Narottam, Ramachandra, Kaviraj. And they stayed with it. So when then, after some time, when they went back home to the father saw that they are different personalities now. What happened to you? I said, we are now. They came with Vaishnava Tilak, Mark, little changed. He said, yeah, we listen to the same person, and we are so much convinced that we should never give up the soul purpose of life. If we give up the soul purpose of life, we continue like we have done since time immemorial, going up and down through all different circumstances. So their father became very much angry. So much angry that they wanted to go to sea and to chastise, and defeat, and to expose another time. So he spoke something which changed the mind of his sons, because he had other plans with his sons. And not only this, one side he had other plans with his sons, and then another issue comes in which is difficult to understand for us Westerners, but those who are from India, they understand. This is the caste consciousness. Because they said, oh, we are the Brahmins, we are the head of the society, and now someone is coming and he's initiating Brahmins, because technically, Narottam Thakur, he was a saintly person, but technically he was from the Sudra, in fourth caste. First caste and fourth caste. And usually first caste is complete benefits and social status and like this. So now someone is coming and initiating us, so it's a him, they will destroy our culture. This culture will be completely up and down, everything. So because of this they complain to defeat. And like this, it happened in this life of Narottam Thakur, who was propagating this holy name, telling to the people, you have to live in soul consciousness, and soul consciousness means to consider what is the origin, how to connect to the origin, how to serve to the origin. So therefore he was always having some clashes. Many stories like that. So you see, we also want to go into our soul consciousness, don't expect everything will go smooth. Yes, Kirtan? But then it starts this change inside. There's so much opposition. First one who will oppose are those who are very close with us. Parents or partners or aunties. I had an auntie when I became vegetarian because this is like one of the aspects when one starts thinking about the soul and this connection to live this lifestyle, considering the soul and the evolution of consciousness and so on. Immediately she said, no, you look so sick. You look so sick. You come and you eat my place, And I said, I don't eat this anymore. I said, no, I will cook specially for you. Then I went there, she cooked. Eat. There's no meat. So eat. Next day I again went, again I ate. You look much better. Because you're eating now much. But then I understood, then I realized what she was doing. She was putting meat inside. She was cooking. Then she would take it out so that I don't see it, And then and just because of this little business, now you look healthy, you look nice. Then I understood I didn't go anymore to her. But you see, from every side you will get some obstructions. And also my friends. And I say, okay, now life changes there. I don't go anymore to the old habits. But we cannot, give up being social beings. So still we keep some contact. So contact means also to go out sometimes together. So we went out. So it's the first time we sat together. And then, it's the time everyone will ask what they drink. And I come from a very small village in Austria, Tyrolean house. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone knows who is sitting where, on which table, on which chair, and the drink he's taking at which time. Like this, everyone knows everyone. Okay, so we came to sit down, everyone was asking, you know what? And then I said, give me this multivitamin juice. You think yourself a saint, and like this, take the beer, and like this. I said, no, I'm fine like this. No, why you think yourself better, you like this? So opposition. And like this, what to speak of the parents, what to speak of everyone. When this change starts to come in our heart, then those who are not experiencing the same change, they cannot understand. Communicate is something very, very difficult. This is your individual experience. So unless someone is touched in his heart, arguments will not work. Because sometimes we then end up arguing like this. But faith is actually a gift. So therefore we are praying also always to our ancestors. We are praying to the Supreme to make descend on us His blessings. Not something which we can say, okay, I have the right on this because I have this career or I have this or that qualification, quality or whatever. This is something which is completely above. We call it idol. Idol means there is no any material cost. So it's a gift. So if this gift descends on whomever it descends, well, that's Him. Arguments will not, one of our teachers, he said to use arguments to convey faith is as useless as to use a telescope to hear better. You have a telescope you put on the ear, not proper function. So same way, arguments, you have to believe. If you don't believe, then this will happen to you, or this, or that. This is just completely useless. So faith is a divine gift, which can descend from whoever, we can receive it, we can try to cultivate, and we can share with others. Sharing with others means like in a good surrounding, a good environment, talk about, to see how to. And if we see that's not the topic for someone, okay, so many other things we can speak about. You know? But if we are on this spiritual path, then we feel this need to go discuss. And it's actually the purpose of this meeting together. And these are some few words. 7:30 already there. So I hope with these words I did not disturb anyone in any way. It is just like our sharing and our invitation to continue research. You came here to research on something. So just continue. And then we can be of any help. Please come forward anytime. So we discuss. Nowadays it's so easy. Nowadays books are there. Just you see, 100 and something years back, I mentioned about Kula, one great teacher. It's end of the 19th century. He was looking for a book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, which tells the story of Gauranga. I think for 11 years. 11 years he was looking to find the book. Him being born in Bengal, you know, the book is a book in Bengali literature and like this, and he was not able to find it. Now you find it now in Toronto, you find it. You find it everywhere. So times are now favorable, and Kirtan is going on also everywhere. I was just wondering, no? Oh, I met you last time in this and that place, and this place and that place. So no, it's like widespread. It's everywhere. You know? So anyway, I have to stop here. I'm there because you will be looking.
No.
No, we have to time. So if we have time, maybe some
I
questions.
was just gonna say, is it okay if we take some
Of
questions?
course.
Yeah? Okay, if someone has a question.
Yes.
So, Maharaj, as you said, you keep your faith. At what point in time you know that your faith is working, that he's reciprocating?
In Srimad Bhagavatam there is one explanation. There are three symptoms. Like for example, we are hungry. We are hungry means some disturbance is there, means some weakness is there, so but when food will come, then just by seeing the food we will become good. Oh, something is coming to give something. Then by eating, then we will feel strength is coming. And if we continue eating, then satisfaction. Which is happiness will come by seeing it, by eating nourishment will come, and then by eating more, satisfaction. So this is natural. If some food will come, we are fulfilled. So same way, our soul is hungry. This means faith means to be hungry, means to ask for descendants of divine blessings. So you say then this will manifest also three symptoms. So first symptom is that after some time, when we look, we will see less confusion is there. We are more clear about certain things in life. Our reaction to certain things which happen are not the same way like before. So means somehow like this fog is disappearing, we can see clearly. So same way, these wrong concepts, misconceptions like this are disappearing. Then enthusiasm will become more strong. Enthusiasm will become more strong, means some reaffirmation. And then also some depth will come to it. Depth will means also that we will be internally more incorporated, you say? involved, more involved. So this is like the natural process.
What about distress? Does distress also comes from when you maybe
Distress. Distress is like experience in this life. Distress is there, but this can also change. You see, why we sometimes distressed? Distress very often comes. Natural distress is there, by agitation and like this. But sometimes just being attached to wrong things can create so much unnecessary distress. Sometimes being attached to wrong people can create so much distress. Sometimes being attached to wrong philosophy can create so much havoc in life. So that when we go and clear our doubts and all this, then everything becomes, we move towards more clear. And the distress is there, okay, we are not against distress. Distress in terms that we have to fight in this life, that we have to stand strong sometimes and so on. This is there. So everything comes in a natural. Yes?
You talked about surrender. So I'm wondering for you personally, when or how did you feel the sweetness of surrender?
It's like a little bit has to do with the life story, But this grace came to me is a saving grace. Saving grace in terms of giving to me purpose, like a meaning of life. This is spoken the other day in the Congress there. I went to school, like everyone goes to school. Wanted to study something, I chose something, So I ended up studying economic engineering. Economic engineering means it was not economy and it was not engineering. Like, the engineers, they want to do something technically which is economically not reasonable, and the economists, they want to achieve something which is technically impossible. So we were those who were supposed to, solve these problems, bringing the best together. So I did this. I went to study this for several years. Austrian school, which was based on the REFA. REFA is a system which comes from the war industry, from the Second World War from Germany. War industry means you have to produce more and more. Efficiency must go up. So the system I was supposed to go out from the school. This is the REFA certificate and so on, to go into the world to do what? To see how to create profit, how to exploit the best way possible human resources, human manpower, and also these natural resources. So this was my job. And at some moment I had a real deep personal problem with it. Understanding. It's not a big thing. If you just go a little bit, it can create an existential crisis. There's a system. The system is called capitalistic system. The goal and purpose of this system is to achieve profits and to increase the profits. Increase means, increase. Otherwise, if it's not increasing so much, they call it, how do you call this? Recession. So where's the logic? To achieve unlimited profit and gain based on limited resources. For me, it made no sense. It's something I had difficulty with. Then I said, okay, I won't go into the system of exploitation. I will find something to dedicate myself. Like mode of exploitation is one thing, mode of indifference is another thing. I was not inclined to indifference. Some mode of dedication. Then okay, we have to dedicate myself. first time thinking about something like this. I grew up like everyone else, just everything and everyone is there just to make me happy. So now I'm doing for the dedications. Was the first thing you think about dedication? This WWF, or how is it called? WF?
World Wildlife Federation.
World Wildlife Federation, I guess they're doing the good thing like this. But then I started to think also, okay, they're collecting and they want to do good things, but they're increasing the administration and like this. So whatever I looked into, it just made no sense. So I had a crisis, an existential crisis. You know, I lived in a very ordered country, good surrounding, everything was perfect actually, but you know, I needed something. Then I came in contact with Gauranga. Then I started to read about it, and then I found all the answers to all the questions I had. And it was just like some voice speaking to me from inside. So, you know, some wisdom which I forgot. It was just like reappearing. So then I said, okay, this makes more sense. So I followed this course. I followed this teaching where I gave up everything. I went to India. One time, then second time, and like this. And I said, then this process started. Okay, this is now what is the goal. Like some type of surrender. Even though there were many obstacles along the way, tests and so on. But I found, okay, this voice, some call which comes through this wisdom, this is something which makes sense. Which makes sense. And of course, in the beginning we see the things a little bit black and white. Being spiritual means not being material. Or giving up, you know, everything like this. Over time I had to learn this also to balance the spiritual path. And the first thing I had to understand is, okay, why I should go in India and stay in India. I was born in some place, so means my spiritual path starts in the place where I was born. For the circumstances where I'm in. This running away of something makes no sense. It's a very popular term nowadays in spiritual circles, they call it spiritual bypassing. So I understood it like that time that, you know, this bypassing makes no sense. You are who you are, the place you are, and the search starts from there. So it went on. I'm still trying to surrender. All these challenges and the tests and the obstacles. I don't know. Makes sense.
I think Ashley does.
Sure, thank you. Just to speak like of my present experience, I feel like I'm having a really hard time keeping my heart open to really difficult circumstances, and at the same time feeling like I have no choice but to kind of view it from a spiritual perspective. And when I do it, I can bear it. But then practice is generally waves of a lot of uncomfortability, of like a lot of just deep like grief and anger and just like overwhelming feelings where I kind of get whipped back into like, feels like an egoic state. And then if I'm with it, I can kind of break through, and then I feel like I'm kind of free again. But I wonder like if you have any tips for navigating that line. Like I know that like pain is part of things, and I want to view it, like how do I know that I'm kind of purifying or feeling things that need to be felt versus like having some kind of like egoic indulgence in it and getting like more fuel from it, because I don't, like that also doesn't, I can sometimes feel like, okay, well, I just like wasted my whole day feeling miserable, and I don't know if that was all purification, you know?
I understand perfectly. I went also through it. So, and I'll give maybe an abstract answer, but maybe it's perfect close at the same time. You need company. Company means as much as possible and as close as possible. Then all these doubts can be considered and seen from different perspectives.
You mean like physical?
Physical company exchange. No? Because if we are closed, like ourselves, with all this, it's very difficult to sort it out what is what and what's actually happening and so on. So we need company and we need also some activity and this living exchange. I would recommend you to some individuals, some community where you can relate. It's not easy to open one's heart. But this is also something which is far beyond capacity to scrutinize out everything, calculate everything. It's something which comes from outside. He said, as the sun appears and makes itself visible by its own light, you don't need any physical method, technology to make sun visible. So same way also this society, company, beyond one's life, it would just make sense. I think really
Yeah, if, yes, that's a great point. So Dharma says that if at the end, after Kirtan, if there are more questions, we can take a few more. We have the space
whatever
until
the time is.
8:30.
Great.
okay.
So,
Hang back and talk a little more.
yeah. So,
And also, if someone wants to give a little bit more attention into these teachings, and so we have in English now.
well, I was gonna say that to the end, but go,
Yeah.
that's fine now.
Ashram Talks, we have it's just called Ashram Talks, Ashram ASH.
But in English.
In
Yes,
English.
Ashram talks English.
English, yeah. So we have other really like very profound and inspiring Bhagavad Gita classes going on in English, and speakers from New Zealand to England to different parts, Australia, Costa Rica,
Yeah.
so on. So we were invited. But to investigate more.
And I'll give a little plug at the end also. We can exchange information as well, because I probably won't have everybody's details and would love to stay in contact, but I'll say something at the end. We'll give all the plugs at the end, more kirtans and things, but speaking of more kirtan, I think we can go till 8. So officially the flyer says 8 p.m. We don't want to keep anybody back if you do have to leave at 8 p.m. Feel free to slip. What do you think? No, we'll go 8:15.
Yeah,
Because you guys need to slip out too. We'll go until as long as you guys.
and
Yes.
we'll leave space for folks to stay back and ask questions. I think it's a nice personal exchange if you
Yeah.
want to seize that opportunity after the kirtan. So we'll keep it. Yeah. That's okay.
But that's what you guys. Going with you guys.
I hope it's not culturally indelicate, but I think we can maybe show some love and appreciation for the Swami Really nice. Let's continue on that journey. We'll do a little closing kirtan. We'll chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The words are as follows. You can say this with our full hearts. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
This mantra and its call to divinity, Krishna, Rama, Hare, the divine feminine. It's a call for servitude, for humility, and as we continue to swim against this current, I really love what Swami Maharaj said, like the message that partaking in this kind of path, it can sometimes stir up trouble around us, right? Like the auntie who slips things in the meal. So let's, turn the tables and let's slip some mantras into the heart, yeah? And see what kind of effect it has. Okay, we're gonna, normally Kirtan start a little mellow and then build up. We're gonna start with a little bit of energy to keep things a little alive, yeah?
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna.
Couldn't have said it better myself. You're lending your voices and your energy. And the room that was already warm got warmer. With all that energy, right?
She opened the door. That's what I'm recognizing.
Yeah, that helps, thanks.
Yeah, I got one. So, thank you so much,
Yes.
everybody, for coming. I know it's 8:07. I do quickly just want to let, well, first of all, say thank you so much to Kula, Bhakti, and Tarawi, and Billy, who joined in.
My dear brother.
Thank you so much for leading this wonderful Kirtan and guiding us through this musical mantra meditation. Want to express our appreciation as well for Swami Maharaj for coming and sharing his teachings with us, sharing a little bit more about his own experience. Sometimes it's always easier to relate to someone when they speak from experience, and we can kind of compare to our own or think about our own and reflect about what is going on in our own heart spaces. You both very eloquently mentioned as well. Next
Thank you for
Kirtan.
speaking.
Haribol.
Yes, so some upcoming kirtans.
So we'll be, as the Kirtan Culture Initiative, we'll be in the coming weeks. So not this Saturday coming up, but then next Saturday after that is close to the autumnal equinox. So we're going to be doing a Kirtan over at Toronto Yoga Co. It's on the Danforth, between Coxwell and Woodbine. There'll be some other chanters visiting from out of town, from Manitoba, will be presented alongside us. And then if you're up for a drive to Blue Mountain, we're going to be up in Collingwood on October 4th. There's an amazing studio up there called Lotus Sound. We'll be up there. And then a stone's throw from here, if you can throw hard, is going to be at St. George in Bloor. We'll be at Alternity, where Swami Maharaj spoke last October when he came. That's a really cool, funky cafe with the space in the back. So we're going to be there October 25th. It's a Saturday. So yeah, you can give us a follow on Instagram or Facebook, on our website. We post all of our stuff. Thanks for allowing us to plug our little upcoming events. And I have to just say we're honored to be able to chant with an esteemed teacher and wonderful speaker who is Swami Maharaj. Thank you for having us.
We also, I was going to say that on Sunday as well, if you would like to hear another class, we will be hosting another event at the Yoga House on the Danforth, or just south of the Danforth. We do have some space available for that still. There will be a yoga class led by Celeste, the owner of the yoga studio, followed by a talk as well after that, a yoga wisdom talk. Am I forgetting anything? Yeah, that's the last event before he leaves, and I mean, hopefully not the last event.
We never know.
Yeah, we never know. If you signed up on Eventbrite, I do have your contact information, and I will send you a note just to say, hi, let's stay connected. If you did not sign up on Eventbrite and you would like to stay connected, you can come find us afterwards and share your information with us, and we can also share with you. As Swami Maharaj mentioned, we do have the YouTube channel, Ashram Talks English. You guys need to go, please feel free. I can see it, and I feel like you're being polite, so that's very Canadian of you. That's all.
I know this particular thing.
It's okay. But we do have a YouTube channel, Ashram Talks English, where you can study the Bhagavad Gita with us, again, from teachers, or from students, actually from all over the world, sharing these teachings of the Bhagavad Gita, and again, speaking from their own experience, from wherever it is they find themselves in the world. And again, just a very heartfelt thank you for creating this space, this community, even for just a moment in time here, and we hope that it's not the last time that we can do this, and we would love to continue to stay in touch and stay creating this community. I would be very evil if I didn't say thank you as well to my husband for helps with all of the organizational aspects of all of these events as well. So, and a thank you again to all of you for coming. And please, if you have any questions left over and would like to stay in touch, we can stick around until 8:30. So please stick around.
And wish the beautiful couple the best as they expect their first.
Yes.